it's your turn to make tea. Go make tea. Go make tea.
You make tea. We roll for it. Go on.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Go and make tea.
Lois makes tea.
Go and make
Lois
tea.
makes tea.
No, go and make tea.
I've got 11. So you got.
Go and make tea. I've already made you like 2. Go. It's your turn.
Right. Apologies, I needed to pee.
Look, I'm gonna go make a brew.
You can leave the camera there.
And I'm taking it with me.
Fine, I'm gonna join the call myself.
I can see him.
Really?
I can see mine. You've got the names on it.
Dre's got his mic turned off.
Yeah, I can see mine. Just makes sense.
Dre keeps turning his mic on and off.
Yeah, that's because he's making tea and he doesn't want to keep the kettle going in the background.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't make any difference because I've got some music to go with. This music is open source, so anyone can use it. I don't have to pay to use this music.
It's not typical Minecraft music, is it?
This
Oh,
is
goody.
the music of the Crown Tavern. I'm going to turn the volume up a bit. There we go.
Ah, the witch in here, please.
Now, Dre and Kayla, you did
You don't
not
have to pay the green sleeves.
you did not feature in the introduction, and that is because you are not dead. And neither is Cristopher, Charlie's character, anymore, as he comes awake. Now, if only you could see what I'm zooming in on. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that you can. But I'm zooming in on the top right of... zoom in a bit until you can see the names that are written underneath the characters.
Yeah.
I can't really do anything with the map. I can just zoom in and out, but when I do that, it moves the map up or down. And
Alright, no matter. Okay, in the middle...
Fair response.
In the middle picture, Charlie awakens. Cristopher awakens. Okay, you awaken from a nightmare in a soft, if regularly used chair in what seems to be a tavern. Music is being played on a raised stage near to your left. Across from you, an aged human barbarian is staring at you. You would guess his age to be between 70 or 80 years. The barbarian looks at you intently as though you have just appeared out of thin air. Without any air of suspicion, he addresses you and says, "What happened to your fucking eyebrows?" Bewildered, and before you can respond, a bar wench arrives at your corner table, carrying several plates of food, some of which you recognise as meat-based, and 3 flagons of ale. The barbarian's eyes widen at the feast laid in front of you. Barbarian says, of course, the younger generation have their own styles. Maybe the ladies like the eyebrowless look these days. His eyes dart across the food and ale a second time. Barbarian, I expect a slender fellow like yourself would appreciate some company in the feast laid before you. What do you do or say, Charlie?
I'd say, yeah, help yourself, and then pull out the strange-looking Odyseey implement.
Is your intention to play it, or is your intention to try and attune to it?
It's to understand it a little bit better.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, just sort of tinker around with it. Learn a little bit more about it just by using it, and
Okay, so basically,
yeah,
you've got all the.
Basically, it's a tuning to it.
Yeah, you've got all the makings. You can only attune to this instrument during a short or a long rest. Now you've got all the makings in front of you of a short rest. You've obviously already been asleep for a while because you've emerged from sleep. You've got food and drink around you. There's music, some semblance of
You're having a
good
grand old
company.
time.
The positivity of the company might be based more on the fact that you've offered food, but you're in good company, and if you wish to, you can take a short rest at this point. I would advise you to do so because you are going to need...
that was basically my intention, is to sit there and just understand this instrument as well as I can.
That's good.
Sitting back in my chair and enjoying the food and company.
Good. So you're taking a short rest. I'm going to say you've already taken half of that short rest because you've been asleep. So a short rest, which would usually be 2 hours. Well, no, you awoke. You awoke, and the guy didn't seem surprised that you just suddenly appeared or anything. So I don't think you did just suddenly appear. I think you awoke.
Okay.
And so you've been asleep for about an hour. So you've got another hours left of your short rest, in which time I would suggest you attune to your instruments, and you also try and work out your now level 30 35 no you're now level 5 character, and what you intend to ascribe as their abilities and things like that. In the meantime, we're going to be dealing with Dre and Caleb. But before any of that happens, I would like you, Charlie, to roll percentile dice.
It would be...
You can roll intuition if you wish to try and work out why you are rolling percentile dice, because you've only just realised something that may have been as
when you say intuition, do you mean insight?
Insight. I probably do mean insight, but I usually think it's intuition. I think the American version of the game calls it intuition. But yes, let's call it insight. Oh, 19.
19.
Order a flagon of
Okay,
floors.
Charlie, you've gained an ability because that a bit. I'm going to tell you, it is not unheard of for some bards in the Acquisitions Incorporated universe to be able to break the fourth wall Now that means that you are
Cat.
able to talk to
Ah,
the
excellent.
camera,
Camera.
to the audience, as it were. You are able to soliloquize. You are able to, just as the bard would have done, you're able to soliloquize. You are able to talk directly to the audience, as maybe a pantomime performer may. And you do have a limited ability to metagame. Although if you try and take it too far, you might find that the Dungeon Master prevents you from doing so. Okay.
Okay.
You roll percentile dice.
Well, that's me then.
Can you roll percentile dice for me, Charles?
Percentile.
Yeah, percentile dice. I've lost my pencil.
So what, just D20.
No, percentile dice is... Do you not have percentile dice on Roll20?
I don't have no.
Yeah, D100.
D100.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that went well.
You got 5. Rolling a D100. Jesus Christ. Yep. Okay, Charlie, I'm gonna let you know right now that's not good.
Really?
Go, Charlie.
D100 out of 5.
Oh.
Okay. This is gonna be a longer game than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, great. So you've done. You're in a short rest, and you're attuning to your instrument. And
yep.
Whilst you're doing this, you're working out where you're going to be putting your new found level 5 abilities. Before your next turn, please do tell me a bit about your abilities. For example, your new HP.
Already updated.
It says 33 out of 27, which isn't right.
Yep.
It needs to be 33 out of 33.
Yep. So I've already updated. Yep.
No, I'm the only one who can update your max. There we go.
Yep. But I'm the one that's updated what it's currently at.
Yep, there you go, 33 out of 33. Now,
The phone.
Kayla. Triezamine.
Yeah.
This, let's give you some background about where you are. This bar, or tavern, or inn, is called the Yawning Portal, named after the very large hole that you'll see in the middle of it. Now, many years ago, a tower, a circular tower, sank into the ground, leaving only the top of it visible. And the owner of the Yawning Portal, a man called Durnan, he was an adventurer back in those days, and he went down into the chasm and had many adventures, and returned with much gold, which he used to establish the inn, the Yawning Portal. He also runs an adventurer's sort of ghost train, as if you could call it such a thing, which is a barrel that you see suspended above the portal, the hole, with a crane that lowers the barrel into the hole and takes adventurers who pay enough down into the hole, down to the bottom of it, where they can have adventures of their own and potentially gain treasures and fight demons and monsters and things like that. Or they may just want to see what's going on down below. Or
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
As sometimes happens, people just accidentally drop valuable items down the hole, and they need to get down there to get them, and he charges them just as much to lower them down in such circumstances as he would if he was lowering somebody down for an adventure. So that's why there is this yawning portal in the middle of the yawning portal. But you, Triezamine, you are sitting in the top right. Can you see where you are sitting?
Mm-hmm.
Good. You've been sitting there quietly, mainly unnoticed, in the corner of the yawning portal for several hours now. You came to this inn, well known to be frequented by adventurers, in the hope of finding a quest, but you have no luck. Instead, you have spent your time observing the other patrons, scouting for any information you may gather from your position, which takes in the whole bar. So you are sat in that corner specifically so that you can see everything that is going on in the bar. Now, tell us about Triezamine. Kayla, tell us anything you want to tell us about her backstory. Her she's a paladin. I mean, we already know that, but what else?
Okay, so the backstory that I gave my paladin was basically, as you know, I follow the faith of Asmodeus. Unfortunately, due to a cataclysmic event in my past, I have chosen to no longer fight for the forces of evil, but for the forces of good. Hence why I am in this bar now.
Okay, interesting. So you have abandoned your faith. Was your faith...
I realised it wasn't right for me.
Okay, I see.
It didn't call to my soul.
Well, we're going to see if anything calls to your soul. Here, you've been scanning the bar. Is there anything else you want to add to your backstory? Or can I make up the rest myself? That's metagaming. Metagaming is when you acknowledge during the game that it is a game. It's discouraged.
In my 30 years of life,
You're 30.
I have learned. Yes, my character is 30 years old. In my 30 years of life,
What age in them times?
shut up. I've become a seasoned witch
You're a seasoned
and
witch.
a seasoned warrior. Like a ninja in the night. Yeah, I'm a good paladin.
Have you been on many adventures?
I want to be sneaky and stealthy.
Wow.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been a paladin then.
But when I'm on my own, I'm generally...
Charlie, whilst you're attuning to your instrument, you hear a voice in your head. That voice says, as you hear it, the runes that write out Odyseey on your instrument, they glow as you hear a spectral voice in your head, and it says, You might want to choose some roguelike traits. This is going to be interesting. We've got a paladin with roguelike traits. Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
So you've taken in the whole bar. You've been watching for several hours. You've been scanning the bar for evil and good people, but none have appeared until now. You detect evil in the vicinity of a person opposite you in the bar. Not an evil person.
There's a paladin in the bottom left corner.
Could very well be. Not an evil person, but certainly an evil object. You keep alert. Now. So Treasamin is alert.
Oh, the Dark Knight.
You're seeing all the different people. Now you're going to learn very quickly that all these people are going to make my job bloody difficult in a minute. Now Dragon.
Yes.
Dragon is sitting. Can you see where Dragon is?
Yeah.
He's among this group of people, and all I can see is apostrophe gone.
Yep.
So I can't see. So Dre is actually gone. You are engaged, or Dragon is now and has been for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, engaged in a tournament of arm wrestling. The reason you are doing this, you came to the Yawning Portal because you knew it was frequented by adventurers and you were seeking adventure. But there appear to be no adventures to be had. Since all the adventures, it is whispered, have been taken by a company in Waterdeep that specializes in adventures. That company is called Acquisitions Incorporated, a subsidiary of Dran Enterprises. Now
How do you feel about this?
This angers many adventurers, and because that's the way they make their wealth, is by adventuring. But since there are no adventures available, all of them having been expertly scouted out and accepted, taken, even bartered for by Acquisitions Incorporated, a subsidiary of Dran Enterprises, there are no adventures to be had. But you need to make money. You need to make money because you need to eat. You need to
rent to pay.
Yes, you need to rent a room for the night. The prices in the Yawning Portal are very, very cheap to stay. I mean, you can see upstairs you can see there's an upstairs. There's also a third floor which isn't shown here, which is all entirely bedrooms. It's an inn, so it has many places for people to stay, but you do have to pay to stay there. Unless you are a well-known patron and can open a tab, you need to pay to stay the night. And you are not a well-known patron, Dre. You have come from where? Tell us a bit of your backstory, Dre. Tell us about Dragon's backstory. I need to write this down.
Well, from a young age, he was a blacksmith.
You're a blacksmith?
That he saw his parents killed and then he ended up killing the Baron that killed his parents. And then he ended up just going off
I'm really
for an
sorry.
adventure.
Could you slow down? Because I've got to write all of this down.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
That's all right. So Dragon, you're a blacksmith's son.
What else?
Well, I've got to wait for him.
Your parents were killed.
Yes, in front of him, but by a neighbouring Baron.
Was he an evil baron or was he a good
Yeah, I
baron?
guess. Well, he killed my parents. I guess he was like, well, very nice.
By a
the
baron.
good kind.
By a neighbouring baron, you said.
Well, yeah, like he lived over there a bit.
No, I'm just saying neighbouring baron just because I can't spell neighbouring.
The Baron next door. I guess.
The baron next door. Okay, your parents were killed in front of you by a neighbouring baron. And what happened after that, Dragon?
You killed him.
Yeah, I after a long struggle, I basically trained and ended up killing him.
And avenged him.
Yes.
So you trained as a fighter.
Yeah.
Trained as a fighter. Okay, great. And you killed the Baron.
Yes. A single-hand combat. There we go.
Single-hand combat? Or what? One hand?
No, like one-on-one.
Oh, okay. Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Single-hand combat would have been an interesting one for me to work into the story.
Yeah, sorry.
Killed him with one hand behind his back, and then realised he might have trained a little bit too hard.
Okay. You killed the Baron
You
in
realised he might have
hand-to-hand
been a
combat,
foolish
is what I have written down. What about your adventuring background? Do you have any background in adventuring?
Yeah, well, as I said, I was going to say, after I killed the Baron, I went off and decided to go for an adventure.
So you left your town of origin.
Yeah, my little village.
Okay. What was the name of your village?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Dragonia.
Okay. No, that's fine.
I'll leave that one for you.
It gives me more. The less you tell me, the more story I can write.
Yeah, cool.
Left home, went adventuring.
It's now called Dre's Gone.
Yeah. It's now called Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon gone.
Dragon of Dragon.
Dre's got up and gone.
Have you done anything
Yeah.
interesting in your adventures? Have you killed a dragon? Have you subdued a wizard? Anything interesting? Or did you find a lot
I'll
of
leave
gold?
that one up to you.
Did you find a lot of gold?
I'll leave that one up to you, or maybe we could have.
Okay, I'm gonna
a
write.
discussion
Found a lot
about
of
it at
gold.
some point.
Spent it all on medicinal herbs.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that my character has a pet dragon.
Oh, your character has a pet dragon.
Well,
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, little tiny pet dragon.
A
What's it
little one,
called?
so it lives inside a little pocket inside your cloak,
Yep,
That's okay.
like a lighter.
it's a shape-shifting dragon.
It's a shape-shifting dragon. Jesus
It's a
Christ.
magic dragon.
Okay, it's magic.
It
All
can
dragons are
shape-shift
magic.
into anything. It can use any element. Water, fire, air, earth, anything. It's magic.
I've got to say, you're stretching the limits of the thing right now. I'm going to
little
say that for the moment,
My imagination.
I'm going to say that for the moment your dragon is a fire dragon, but that at some point it may develop. If it's a baby, it may develop abilities as time goes on. Okay.
Can
So
we make it a water dragon?
a water dragon, okay, but how are you going to light your cigarettes?
I have the power of magic.
Okay, you have the power of magic. All right, so you have a water dragon. I'm gonna have to look that one up. I don't think there is. Charlie, is there such thing as a water dragon?
I believe so.
Okay, great.
Where's your
I've
dragon?
got two books here. I've got the book that I write the story in, and then I've got the book that I write notes in.
Dre can tell you in a minute.
Dragon book.
So, Triazamine, you you were born. You were born to worshippers of Asmodeus.
Yeah.
Or some other hellish cult. You became a paladin.
Yep.
You lost your faith.
Yep, because my mother was killed by Asmodeus himself.
Wow.
Damn.
For generations, Asmodeus basically demanded one child to be sacrificed and one child to be given as a soldier in his army.
Okay.
Both my
interesting.
parents were soldiers in his army.
No, this doesn't sound like Asmodeus. This sounds like a different god posing as Asmodeus, because Asmodeus wouldn't do that. So this is going to be very cool. You lost your faith. Asmodeus killed your mum.
Because she grew up with that faith and she didn't want her children growing up the same way. So she was killed because of it.
The mother left faith.
My father fully loved it. He was all for it.
And was killed directly by Asmodeus, or was she sacrificed by worshippers of Asmodeus?
No, she was killed by Asmodeus himself.
Asmodeus himself came to kill your mum personally.
Yep.
He must have been well
Because
pissed
she tried to renounce the faith and teach her children different.
Sounds like Asmodeus didn't have much on his plate that day.
Nope.
Mother left faith and was killed by, I'm going to put asterisk Asmodeus.
It could be, as you said, and it could be a false Asmodeus.
Yes, I think that quite possibly it could have been one of the rulers of one.
And they could have been lying to us all along.
It's quite possible that it was one of the rulers of one of the 9 hells, rather than the chief ruler of all the 9 hells, who was simply posing as Asmodeus. Because Asmodeus, I'm metagaming a bit here, but Asmodeus doesn't take time out of his day to come to the mortal plane to kill somebody because they renounced their faith. But some others may, and there are certainly, Kayla, there are certainly gods of some of the levels of hell who would demand a a child given to be a warrior in their cause.
Don't forget the sacrifice.
Oh, were they sacrificed?
One child was sacrificed and one child was given to the army.
Interesting. Google Bennett. That sounds great. One child
for the third
sacrificed.
child.
This is like biblical. And you were the one
What
given
happens
to
if
the
they had
army.
more than 2 kids?
Say that again?
What happened if they had more than 2 kids?
They really hid the third one well.
If they
Got
have
3,
more
I
than
suppose.
3 kids, then I guess it's different sectors. Like one's like medicine, like the infirmary,
Okay,
for
cool.
the army.
So you were
One
the
of them-
child that was not sacrificed, but instead given to the army.
Yes.
And that's why you are a paladin of Asmodeus,
Yes.
but you have lost your faith and now you believe in no god. You are a paladin without a cause.
I believe I am a god.
You believe you are a god. Wow.
I'm a paladin that's lost her mind.
Yes, I can see that.
Where is the feedback?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Me.
Okay, I think that worked.
Right.
You know why that works? If you ever get feedback using these machines, clap your hands really hard because the sound cancellation is designed to hear loud noises and then it just suddenly it quiets everything for a second.
Bring
Um,
up your Discord. 'cause
Talk
I
about
think
metagaming, we're actually outside of gaming here. Okay,
Right.
Dre, I've got your backstory. That's very cool. Left home, went adventuring. What did you and did we decide you'd returned with a lot of gold that you had spent on medicinal herbs?
Yeah.
That's right, is it? You happy with me putting that?
Yeah.
Returned with much gold. You're gonna love chapter 2.
We could say fought in an arena. And that's where he got all the gold from. And then just one day decided, fuck it. Bye.
Mute my mic.
Okay, we got
I'm
feedback.
trying.
Someone
Yeah.
put their finger over the
Yeah.
microphone. Returned with much gold, 1 from arena fighting. Was that in a far off land?
Yeah.
Spent gold on cigarettes.
And the finest medicinal herbs.
And wenches.
And
Don't
hookers.
forget
Wenches,
wenches.
yes, wenches. And
Pin hookers.
Whiskey.
smokable medicinal herbs.
And whiskey.
Yeah,
Do you want whiskey,
yeah,
Dre?
yeah.
I don't see Dragon as a whiskey drinker, to be honest.
Mead.
Me.
No, he's got two pipe.
Yeah. Well, Dre, I'm very happy to tell you that because we're playing because we're playing 5th edition plus, which is the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons rules plus the rules created by the main rules designer in his role as Dungeon Master to the Acquisitions Incorporated universe. Creating a bong is a free action. Oh, it's your free interaction with the environment in combat. And hitting,
In combat.
yes, in combat you can have a free interaction with the environment.
Alright, go.
You know, like for example, in combat, one might turn a tap on, or one might light a torch. These would be you wouldn't have to spend an action to do that in combat. That would be considered a free action, or a free interaction. Pardon me, free interaction with the environment. So not an action. It is canon that making and using a bong is a free interaction with the environment.
Cool. Good son.
Acquisitions Incorporated is an American creation, and in America more than 50 states now have cannabis legalized. I don't know whether you noticed, but in the last 2 weeks, New York State legalized the recreational use of marijuana.
Yeah, you said earlier.
Yes, well, I'm drinking a lot of whiskey, so that's my explanation for repeating myself. Okay, great. Now I've got information about your characters, so now we can move on with the story.
Cool.
Charlie is Christopher is still resting and attuning. Dragon for at least an hour now. You have been engaged in a
Arm wrestle, you said.
In a tournament, an arm wrestling tournament.
Yeah, that was it.
Now, the reason you're doing this, and the reason that everybody is either engaged in it or betting on it, is because they've got nothing else to do. There are no adventures to be had. And people are mightily upset about this. There's bad feeling towards Acquisitions Incorporated, a subsidiary of Dran Enterprises. But you have reached, after at least an hour, you have reached the final of the arm wrestling competition. Now, you are not the favourite to win, but there is 100 gold on the table, which you will win if you defeat the gentleman orc sitting opposite you. Now, the orc is obviously bigger.
The angry one, right?
No, not the angry orc. The gentleman orc sitting directly opposite. It just says gentleman. So opposite you is a gentleman orc. I could change it so it says gentleman orc. I mean,
Meh, it's alright.
it's impossible to click on any of the people in that zone because
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's his name now.
Okay.
The gentleman orc.
Okay.
I think I can see him.
I think everyone should zoom in on where Dre is, on where Dragon's character is.
Yeah, don't move, Caleb.
Remember to use the pan view rather than the select mode.
Yeah. I'm on Kayla's character. 1 minute. Let me.
That's fine.
Switch.
You do what you need. If you need, I can give you. I can change it so that one of your.
You can move my character, right?
I can move your
If I need.
character, or I can change it so that Kayla can move your character, and that would mean.
Oh,
that...
okay. No. I've got mine and Kayla's on Chrome, just on different tabs.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm on mine.
Charlie, how's the food?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's going
That's all
well.
right, I guess.
Good.
Could be better.
Good ale.
Could be better.
No, I'm talking to Charlie here. I'm talking to Christopher. Is good ale? Good.
Yeah, good ale, good
you-
food, good company.
You tuning up that good company, the ancient barbarian that's interested in your tapas.
Because
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying the company. That's good. Well, you can see also as you're doing this, you can see what's going on over here with Dragon and the gentleman orc, and you've worked out what's going on. You know, it's not difficult to work out that there's some sort of competition taking place, and you two, Tresamine, you two can you can see what's taking place. It's been going on for a while now.
Yep.
There are many people who were either involved in the competition or who bet on the competition surrounding the table. And Dre, for Dragon, I need you to make a strength check against the strength check that I will roll. Now this is a straight D20 roll. So have you got your D20 dice? Or die?
Will do.
here's mine.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
got it.
I got Dre, Charlie. I got Dre green ones because he likes green,
Of course.
and I got Kayla purple ones because she likes purple.
You can't say.
Now I was very pleased that left me with the blue and the red.
Need better light.
Blue, red, and black. Perfect. Now this is an is this an enemy or a non-player character? This is a non-player character, so I'm going to use the blue one. Okay, Dre. It's quite simple. You have to beat my roll straight up. This isn't a strength check. Now you'll learn about strength checks as we go forward. This is just a simple D20 roll. You have to beat my roll.
Okay.
And there's 100 gold on the table. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Okay, what's your roll?
19.
I rolled a 7.
Dre wins.
Okay, well, no, Dre, you move the orc's hand. The orc strains, but you move his hand and you move it to about 45 degrees. So you're in the lead at the moment. You're 45 degrees. You think maybe one more large beat, like one more large push like that, could help. What do you think, Tresamine? Are you impressed by this show of strength that's going on, or are you not interested, or are you disgusted by this?
A sly grin creeps across my face.
Sly grin, eh? Oh, and we don't know what it means. I like that. Kayla surreptitiously casts. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, Dragon, you're going to make another. You're going to make another roll against the gentleman orc. He's losing at the moment. You've got him at 45 degrees towards the floor. You need to get him to 90 to win. D20 roll. What did you roll?
one.
What did you get?
You get that one.
You got a nat 1.
1.
I rolled a 9. Now that means you go back to 0 degrees.
So straight back up.
Straight back to 0 degrees. It's like you hadn't even started yet. Right. Now, Trezamine, how do you feel about this? You're watching from a distance. There's cheering, by the way. There's shouting, cheering, people placing more bets. As this is going on, you've got everybody around. The urban druid is staying a little bit out of the way. He doesn't feel too comfortable surrounded by the angry orc and the orc punk, and the 2 rogues that are
Knowing
that are
that I made a secret bet on him earlier,
Oh, you made a secret bet
I'm a
on him.
little apprehensive when I see his hand go back up.
Right, okay. But it's not your intention to try and cheat and give him any kind of advantage.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, very good. Okay, Dragon. I want another D20 roll.
Yep.
You better make it a good one.
Did it? Are we rolling?
I've already rolled.
Oh.
16.
Oh, I got a 17.
Oh.
Dre, it moves to a 20, 25.
Can I use this? Sorry.
Yeah.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Can I use this moment to use bardic inspiration?
No, because you haven't finished your short rest.
Ah, damn.
However, Trezamine has similar spells. This is a point at which your metagaming ability, Charlie, may be able to help those around you.
As I'm tuning up, just sort of
Like tuning up
shout
your
across
instrument.
I'm attuning it. Yeah. As I'm attuning up my instrument, I just shout across. Someone help out the underdog.
Yeah.
So you're,
I can't hear Charlie on my Discord.
Okay, Dre, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to beat my roll, and there's nothing that's going to help you other than just your ability to beat it.
$13.
I got a 5.
Hey.
So you're back
Divine
to 0.
intervention.
Back to 0 degrees. Well done, Dre. Okay, all there is cheering now. There's just cheering going on. Come on, come on. Everyone's got a stake in this right now. Everyone who's bet, doesn't matter who they've bet on, they've got a stake in this. Everyone's got a stake in it. Even people who haven't bet on this game and weren't part of the tournament at all, they've got a stake in it too. The monks sitting near the bar and the clerics sitting near the bar, they've turned in their seats to look at what's going on because the rabble is so loud around the table. Everyone's like, come on, you know, they really want their man to win. Okay, Dre, I need you to roll again. D20.
$14.
Oh, I rolled a 13. Dre, you get to 45 degrees advantage again. You're doing well. The cheering reaches a crescendo as Charlie approaches the end of his short rest. The food in his plate almost gone. The mead in the ale in his glass almost gone. The person opposite him almost no longer staring at the gaps where his eyebrows should be. And you have won More chance, Dre, to win. This is match point. Match point. If you can beat this
So approaching the
gentleman,
end,
you
so
will-
I've not quite hit the end yet.
Yeah, Charlie hasn't come to the end yet. He's nearing the end. He's
Damn.
coming to the end of his food. He's tuning up his instrument, or trying to attune to his instrument. This is me rolling
Both.
the dice in my hand, by the way. This isn't me just masturbating quietly whilst I'm talking to you. Although that would be an acceptable thing to do in acquisitions. No, it wouldn't.
If you're gonna
As
upload
of
the
the
video,
new
you're gonna have
The
to
Yawning
bleep out
Portal,
some parts.
named for a reason. Okay, Dre, I'm rolling my d20, and you better be
Cool.
ready.
Yeah, so. Follow.
That one.
I rolled a
5.
natural 1.
Oh, I rolled a 5.
Shit.
Look, I looked at.
Oh
I rolled
I thought for a second you
natural
both
1.
rolled that one, so I was like,
I
this
rolled a
is gonna go
5.
Well, Dre, your 5 was 5 times better than my one, which was a natural 1, the first natural 1 I've ever rolled as a dungeon master.
It won't be the
Charlie,
last.
what are the drinking rules if I roll a natural 1?
You have to drink.
Down it.
I can't down it. It's whiskey. Christ almighty.
We
Got it.
normally do shots of Jaeger.
Yeah, I don't have shot glasses.
Neither do we.
I've got tumblers, Charlie.
What do you think the Jaeger goes in?
A shot glass.
No, we don't have shot glasses. We just pour in Red Bull and then Jaeger.
All right, enough metagaming. Dre
There's a
or
good
Dragon.
bar called Firebug near me, and it has a Jack Daniels that glows when you put
Dre,
water in.
as you slam
Shady. Very
the
shady.
as you
Want it.
slam the
Sorry.
gentleman orc's hand down onto the table, that glass of glowing Jack Daniels is shaken, almost like almost like in Jurassic Park, where it's not even on your table. It's on a table next to you, but it shakes as though a T-Rex has just taken a step nearby. You slam his hand into the table. The gentleman orc looks at you and says, "You have won, my friend. Well done." And he applauds you, and several members of the crowd applaud you too. You look towards your winnings, your 100 gold. What do you do?
Do we hear that bong?
You could hit that bong. You could hit that bong.
Victory
there
hill!
are many things you could do. You could say double or quit.
Oh,
You could hit the bong. You could pick up the gold and buy everyone a drink. You could pick up the gold and fuck right off. You can do anything. Jay. This is done-
can Christopher use this?
Christopher is
Can
still
Christopher
not
use
finished
this
his short.
moment to metagame?
Christopher has still not finished his short
It's
rest.
it's
How about
metagaming.
Oh,
my
what
character
sorry, Christopher
gets
is
up?
able to metagame. What are you proposing, Christopher, in your metagaming ability, which I do limit?
Hold off on the bong.
Fair.
How about a twist in the story? My character gets up and walks over to her winning prize.
What? Dragon being the winning prize?
My lap.
Yeah.
Wow. So Dre won the competition, and his winning it means that you win Dre.
Yes.
Surely it
That
means
makes
that
sense.
Dre wins you.
No, that's sexist.
This is weird. I've got to point out that there is still 100 gold on the table, and you're surrounded by an angry orc, an orc punk, a sorcerer, a rogue, three rogues, and a gentleman orc.
I'll grab the gold. I pick up the gold and buy a round for everyone, I guess.
Buy a round
Well,
for
hold on,
everyone. Okay.
one minute.
Don't
Let me
worry,
check the map.
gold is very good. Gold is very good. You could buy a round for everybody in this bar with just 5 gold.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then
And
fuck it.
I don't mean just a half of ale. I mean they can have any drink they want.
Yeah, all
For
right.
5 gold,
Fair enough.
alcohol is not expensive in the Forgotten Realms.
I'll buy a round then.
Buy a
wanna
round
go
for
there.
everybody. Okay, well, people are quite pleased with you, Dre. The gentleman orc bows. He stands. He bows to you. He says, "You have beaten me, and I love to be beaten because it teaches me how to be better. I thank you, my friend." What do you say, Dre?
I say that he is welcome. And
You're welcome, mate.
anytime.
At some point, Dre, I'll tell you this. At some point, I'm going to stop saying, "What do you say in response?" And I'm just going to imagine that you have the ability to take the initiative to respond and things like that. But because you're new to the game, I'm saying things like, "What do you say in response?" and things like that. Normally, you would take the lead in writing the story. But I'm prompting you because you're not used to this.
It's my first game, so we need to know how to play it.
Yeah. Cool.
So
It's
you
basically
call to
tutorial.
the bar wench. You call to the bar wench. "Drinks for everyone!" you shout.
Yeah, drinks for everyone. I'll buy a round.
That's great.
For
Everybody
like-
cheers.
Cheers!
Except for 2 people. We have this angry orc here.
The angry orc.
And the
Who'd have
orc
thought it?
punk. The angry
that
orc
guy.
and the orc punk. They had money on the gentleman orc to win.
Oh,
Well, of course they did.
yeah.
Now,
Sure.
the orc punk turns to you and says, now, do you speak Orcish, Dre?
No.
You don't. What languages do you speak?
English.
No, English is not a language. Common is the node is what we would call English.
Yeah, common.
You should have 2 languages, Dre, that you know at level 5.
Oh.
A little bit of Greek.
Yeah, okay.
Bit Greek. That's perfect. Okay, no, I'm going to work that into your character. Where's the thing gone? Oh, I've lost my book of characters. Where's it gone? I've lost my book of characters. Okay, I'll just remember your character name's Greek. Where is it? I've only got 2. Oh, here it is. Languages.
Where would it be in Beyond?
For me,
Features and traits, I
on
think.
my first page, just under weapons. What I've got is one of these though. Proper characters.
Yeah, it'll be under Dre, it'll be under features and traits, so your racial traits.
So, features and traits.
So right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom. Feats is just Fey touched.
Which is charisma. Archived.
So if you go
Can't
features
believe
and
I'm
traits.
just staring at my rolling tray and there's just a D20 with a 1 in the middle of it.
Yeah, Dre, if you go to features and traits and on all, just scroll down to the bottom and you should have racial traits.
I think, Dre, you sent me
Oh, I
your,
think that's
your
it.
character sheet.
Language. Common and one extra. It begins with a D. I have no.
Draconic?
Oh.
Delkir.
Hang on. I know for a fact that you sent Charlie your thing.
Wait a minute. I screenshot it. Can I send it in the chat? Is there? Oh, fuck
No,
it.
it's
I'll just
okay.
send it to
You screenshotted it before and you sent it all to Charlie, and I've got it in Charlie in the Amazing Technicolor Dream. No, Charlie in the Acquisitions Factory.
I've just sent it to you on Facebook anyway.
Don't worry, I've got it. You can read common and I can never even pronounce this. So you can speak common, which is English,
And daycare.
or at least it's the language of the merchant. It's the language that everybody speaks. And you speak Daelkyr, which I can't even pronounce. Can you pronounce that, Shirley?
Dalkir.
Sorry, what was it?
Daelkyr.
Dalkir.
Can you remember spelling it?
You've screenshot it and you put it in the thing.
I don't know, but can you remember the spelling of that?
Okay, you can speak Daelkyr.
Yeah.
You can speak common and Daelkyr. That's cool. And you have a feat, fey, touched, charisma. Okay, interesting. Anyway, okay, great. So, the troll, this troll punk talks to you in Orcish. Askalaskilgarmir. How do you respond?
What?
The angry orc leans over him and he says, "He doesn't like you." What do you say?
Well, that's not my problem.
The angry orc says, "I don't like you either."
I was like, well, you leave then.
The orc punk picks up a mug and aims to smash it into your face.
Can I dodge?
Well, let's have a look. The orc is making an improvised attack using a weapon he is not attuned to. Now this is the point that I start losing. This is the point where I start. You guys can talk, and I try and work out what every one of the fucking characters I've created can do.
Yeah, you went a little bit hard for your first DMing, mate.
Yeah, mate. I was. The point is, Charlie, that you have literally just finished your short rest. So I forgot. That means we all roll initiative.